OTracker track and trace the IP. Know who is visiting your website. Know more about OTracker, a one-of-a-kind location awareness module to detect country, language, time zone and the currency by tracking the user's IP address. OTracker allows you to set up a regulation on certain countries. The tool allows marketers to keep a track on the visitors from different countries. It maps IP addresses to physical location and offers additional insights into the internet. Connectivity, like the type of connectivity and internet service providers information. This helps the businesses improve the quality of their data and position their brand messages for better engagement. The intuitive dashboard allows users keep track of visitors from various countries. The smart tracker keeps track of the payment patterns and red flags the suspicious transactions, unusually high tips and business deals. It also assists in identity threat prevention by analyzing the suspect's browsing patterns and make human versus robot detection. The tracker allows businesses and marketers to improve the efficiency of their branding messages to reach the target audience at various locations. Key features: OTracker is fast, free and accurate way to find the IP address location. The tool has intuitive dashboard that offers valuable insights to the user. There are several added advantages to the product and they are listed here. Geofencing, points of interest, POI, and tools. Mobile compatible, SMS gateway, real-time tracking, notifications and SOS alarms, history and reports, fuel level and fuel consumption along the route in real time. Useful FAQ. Here are some of the most requested sources for information. What is an IP tracker? IP tracking is the technology that will give you a simple way to look up, track, and trace any publicly accessible IP location in the world. How is IP tracker useful? IP trackers are tools allowing you to detect all the devices with configured IP addresses across your network. One extremely vital function these tools provide is they're able to reconcile the configured devices with what your network has documented. What are the benefits of OTracker? The benefits of OTracker are lead generation, date flexibility, customer service, marketing campaign, competitor movements, and higher return of investments. How can I track an IP address? Through a helpful internet tool called IP geolocation lookup, you can track an IP address close to someone's exact location, if they are communicating with you through the internet, and if you want or need to know where they are. What is geolocation? Geolocation refers to identifying the geographic location of a user or a computing device via a variety of data collection mechanisms. What is geofencing? A geofence is a virtual perimeter for a real-world geographic area. A geofence could be dynamically generated as in a radius around a point location, or it can be a predefined set of boundaries. What are the features of OTracker? The features for OTracker: visitor statistical reports, predictive analysis, generate user heat map, user conversion reports, schedule geofencing, accurate geolocation, user demographic report, identify click frauds. How geolocation API works. The geolocation API detects the location and accuracy radius based on the cell towers and Wi-Fi nodes information that the mobile client can detect in his device. What is a heat map? Heat maps is a color-coded visualization that helps to depict the cluster of users in an area. This data representation makes it easier to understand the volume or the intensity of engagement on a single glance of the datasheet. How does heat map work? Heat map collects the data from a web page and uses a dark to light color scale to display which section of the web page has more clicks or which area is more engaging. What is fraud detection analysis? Fraud detection analysis is a set of activities that helps in effectively identifying and validating any deceptive activities in a website. What is click fraud? When a person or a program fraudulently generates higher number of clicks on a link for pay-per-click (PPC) ads, it is termed as click frauds. Where is click frauds useful? Click frauds are mostly used to generate higher number of clicks to reduce competition in advertisement or to generate higher revenues from the advertisers. Identifying click frauds helps you to get the actual data of organic visits to the website. What is the objective of click frauds? The main objective of a click fraud is to reduce the competition or to generate higher revenues from the advertisers for pay-per-click links. How clickbots work? Clickbots use botnets to connect multiple devices with different IP addresses to access a web page and click the required link. How does geolocation work? Geolocation ascertains the location of a user from the GPS data of the device he uses based on the transmissions it receives. What is IP address? An IP address is a numerical value that is given to any device connected to a network where the Internet Protocol is used for communication. How does the domain name system works? The DNS maps all the domain names to their corresponding IP addresses and records them. When anyone types in the URL, then the DNS converts the domain name into the IP address. What is the function of DNS? The DNS functions primarily to record the domain names that are mapped to their corresponding IP addresses which the computers can understand. Are domain name and IP address the same? The domain name is a part of the URL while the IP address is a set of numerical value given to the device connected to a network where the Internet Protocol is used for communication. What is the difference between domain name and IP address? The domain name is a part of the URL while the IP address is a set of numerical value given to the device connected to a network where the Internet Protocol is used for communication. What can be tracked through IP address? IP address helps to find out your city, the area zip code, the ISP and if the IP address is blacklisted anywhere. Can an IP address be traced to a physical location? An IP address cannot always be traced to an exact physical location. The location can be ascertained an area within a radius. How businesses use geolocation to target customers? Geolocation can help businesses to plan target marketing campaigns that are especially designed for the customers for a particular area. What information can your ISP see? Internet service providers, ISPs, can see everything you do online. The ISPs can see every website that you view and unencrypted information that you share over the internet. What information can be gathered from an IP lookup? The information that can be gathered from an IP lookup are the ISP and the name of the organization that owns the IP address, host name of the IP, geolocation, estimate latitude and longitude of the location, area code and the known services with that IP address. Keep up with new updates with OTracker. A Bill Must production.